Welcome to eXpd8. In this module I'd like to show you how we use the time and billing functionality. To begin with, let's go into settings and I'll show you how we configure it for your network. Into settings and into timing details. Now the first thing we need to determine is, for this firm, what are we going to consider a unit of time to be? Meaning, what's the default unit of time that we will bill everything out in? So it could be 5 minutes, 6, 7, 15, whatever's going to suit there. The thing to note is, when we set this, it's global for the entire company. Now, having determined that, we come down to the individuals within the firm, and for each person we set an hourly rate, so whatever is applicable to them. And you can see we have some rates set here already. Okay, so having set that, now let's have a look at how that impacts on a file. So I'm going to double click my magnifying glass and I'm going to search for my file called John Smith. And there we go, John Smith, sale of 12 Main Street. Now that we have the default unit of time and a rate associated with me, by the way, on the summary page it knows this is my file, so this is why it's picking up my rate. Every time anybody goes add within my file, regardless of what they're doing up top here, by default what's happening down here, it's applying the 1 unit of time times my hourly rate and coming up with a value. Let's say I want to make a note here that I'm doing a review of the file, and I also want to apply costs here. Now I've not just been looking at it for 5 minutes, I've actually been at it for about a half an hour now, so I'm going to say 6 units, 30 minutes, and you can see the value that's being applied there, and I hit save. There are other types of costs you might have on a file aside from time related ones. We may well have outlays. Let's look at that. I could put a note in here to say we had a courier take documents to the client. And again, into my advanced time and billing, I can say forget the default units, I don't want to charge him time, but I do want to charge the €30 that we had there for that outlay. Let's hit save on that. Now, do you notice down here it's picking up, it's showing us our total outlays and our total cost so far. That's a running total based on all the work that's been done on the file. If I want to see the details of the costs associated with each item, I can go into print view. And in there, in print view, I basically get a summary of the file. So activity list for a file, John Smith, sale of 12 Main Street. And what I can see up top here is the review of file and the courier to take the documents to the client. Let me scroll over a little bit and you can see the associated costs with those. So the 6 units of 5 minutes gave us 30 minutes and a cost of 200, and then the courier, no units of time, but €30 outlay there. If I nip to the last page of this report here, you can see what that means to the total cost to us at the bottom there. Now where this is often used for people, used by people, is as really justification for the bill, to be able to identify to your client all the different work that you have done on a particular file, and it's amazing how it tallies up and it adds up. Part of the way of managing your time and billing might be that at the end of your digital dictation you might mention to whoever's going to be typing the document up for you to charge it at so many units. So as the secretary's in here anyway, having gone add and letter to client whatever, she's gone add doc, created the Word document, she can also go in here and, having listened to your dictation, modify that cost to whatever rate you want to actually apply on that particular document. There's another very neat piece of functionality, and that is, in terms of time and billing, we can in fact run reports to see how much time has a particular fee earner generated in a particular day, week, month, but that's covered in our full training course.